Happy Saturday, everybody. Made some progress on the 331, 333, this high compression stroker we're working on. I did had a couple half cans of my Ford Gray, so I was able to get the block painted. I primered it first, cleaned it all up with brake clean and everything, and we got our cam bearings knocked in, and cam is spinning just fine, nice and easy. So that worked out pretty good. These things aren't the easiest to use. Problem I was having is this inner sleeve. If I can show you this inner sleeve here kept sliding forward, and then this would not adjust tight enough. So you had to keep checking that, slide that sleeve back on, and basically make sure everything is as flat as you can against this thick washer. And then we didn't have any issues. So got the Durabond coated cam bearings in there, and cam is spinning nice and smooth by hand, so I don't think we're gonna have any issues there. That feels nice and free. Just has oil on it. And we did, when we got home, we Scotch-Brighted the bores. My machinist, I took the block in when I picked up everything that he had balance for me. So he says, yeah, that was a little rough. He said take a red Scotch-Brite to it by hand and just knock the top off of it. So we did that. It kind of smoothed up the hone a little bit. And again, I think this was this was honed for stock 289 rings, like cast iron rings, and we're using a different type of ring. So he wanted a little smoother finish on that. So anyway, we did that. I cleaned and primed and painted the block this morning. I put a filter on there, but the filter had a plastic cover on it, so I basically just left the cover on the filter while I painted it, and then took the plastic off so we can still use a good filter. I wanted to knock out the cam bearings before we put you got to put the big plug in the back and everything, so I wanted to make sure the cam spun freely and feels nice and smooth. So I wanted to do that before we mess with putting all the core plugs in, which we can go ahead and move forward and do that now. Other than that, yeah, the cam I saw these cams on Summit, and I went with this one to try. It's a little bit bigger than the one in the 347. This is 248, 258 on a 109.5 or a 110, and about 590 lift, 587 I think it is. So it's their Pro Small Block Ford Hydraulic Roller Series. They go from 8901 to an 8910. So this is the second from the largest one. And yeah, it looks like the valve lift is 585, 586. A little over 600 if you want to run 1.7s. But it looks very much like a Trick-Flow cam cart. So Summit and Trick-Flow have a relationship, so maybe have an idea that's maybe where these are coming out of. But I figured I'd try it out, and it was only $279, and they had a $25 off coupon. So for about $250 for a new hydraulic roller is about half price of what everything else is going for nowadays. So I figured it was worth a shot. But anyway, this was my first time knocking in some cam bearings. It's probably easier with two people. One person to work the sledge, and then one person really to work. You have to just keep making sure this is tight, against your bearing. You don't want that to come loose, because then you can scuff something up. So somebody to work that end, and then make sure, keep an eye on it when you're guiding it in. But everything worked out okay. I checked the oil hole alignment on everything. It's all lining up. Cam spins fine, so I'm pretty happy with my first time knocking in some cam bearings. So anyway, guys, that's the update. I'm going to go ahead and knock in the core plugs, I think maybe tomorrow. Pull the cam out. We're still not done. We'll do one more full-on heavy-duty wash of everything before final assembly. Oh, and then for taping the block off on the oil pan, I've got that old chrome pan. I just wrapped a garbage bag around it and then set that on there to So I wouldn't spray paint the pan, but it did tape off. Didn't get any paint on the underside, so that worked out pretty well. And that's about it, guys. So I'm gonna pull this cam out and put it back in the box and get ready for the next step. All right, hope everybody's having a great weekend. Thank you.